Hi guys, I'm Ryan with Reading with My Eyes, and I have a special for you guys. I just hit 1,000 books read, which is a huge accomplishment that I never thought possible. I started reading in my 20s to now I'm 46. I've had my blog for about 8 years, and I read about 60 to 70 books a year. So I'm going to list, guys, my top 50 books out of that 1,000. I thought about it really hard on what my top 50 should be, and these are my top 50. And I read multiple genres. I read horror, fantasy, sci-fi, historical fiction, a little romance. I read YA, middle grade, all that stuff. So they're all in there. Graphic novels. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that stuff, I'd really appreciate it. This is my big ass list of my top books, and I'm ready to share with you guys. Number 50 is going to be The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Fantasy, time travel, romance in there. Amazing book. I read it this year. I have a signed copy. Amazing book. That's my top. That's my first 50. I have so many other books after this. Book number 49, Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This book is a YA kind of dystopian. Basically, death is solved so people can live forever. And so they develop this group that are called the Scythes. And they are basically Grim Reapers and who murder and kill people so they don't have overpopulation. It's a crazy, crazy premise. It's a trilogy. It's awesome. He's writing a prequel right now. I already got an arc for it. I'm really excited. If you haven't read that book, it goes beyond YA, and it's really good. Book number 48, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. This book is incredible. A father and son journey through dystopia America. It is about hope. It's about society breaking down and surviving. This is my first Cormac McCarthy book. I have not read one since, and I am really looking forward to exploring his catalog later, but amazing book. Book 47, Mistborn, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This was my first Brandon Sanderson, and I was blown away. I compared this book kind of to taking your vitamins. If you take vitamins, you can get special powers because it's minerals that make you have special powers, and it's an amazing book. Great magic system. Kind of Pride and Prejudice with heist fantasy, and it's an incredible book. He's making a movie of this. I'm really excited. Awesome book. Book 46, Wanderers by Chuck Wendig. This book is dystopian, definitely in that category with The Stand and Swan Song. It shows you the world before dystopia, and then it shows you the world after. And it's amazing. Definitely the best Chuck Wendig book, but he is a great writer, and I've rated a lot of his books 5 stars. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. Book 45, Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This is an awesome cosmic horror meets survival. It deals with a monster you can't see, and so you have to be blinded, and if you do see this monster, you go insane. So it's a crazy, crazy book. Number 44, it's a graphic novel, Batman the White Knight by Sean Murphy. This is an awesome graphic novel where the Joker goes sane, and he calls out everything that Batman does and says, you could have saved so many lives from me, basically, if you killed me. And then he could have protected the police. He could have protected everything. Book number 43 is King Sorrow by Joe Hill. That just came out last year. But it's an awesome, epic horror / fantasy. It has a big old dragon about people conjure a dragon to solve a problem. But then the dragon sticks around. They have to choose someone for the dragon to kill every year. If not, it kills one of the people that conjured it. Really great story, epic fantasy horror from Joe Hill. He's one of my favorites. Number 42, The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. This is an awesome tale about the history of witches in Louisiana. Just awesome historical fiction with that kind of horror, supernatural element that Anne Rice does so well. Number 41, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This book is 1,400 pages in the paperback, but it is amazing. It covers so much about war, the consequences of war, and definitely unlikable hero, and little spirits that exist in this world. Just amazing. Kind of magic with emotions, and it's a really good story. Book number 40, The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. This book starts in 1893 in Chicago. It's the World's Fair. They got to put on a big show. They have just released the Eiffel Tower in France, and they're trying to compete with that. So they build the world's first Ferris wheel. It is a book of light and inventiveness and imagination, but it is also dark, and that is where the devil comes in. The devil is H.H. Holmes, one of the most notorious serial killers that takes advantage of all the people visiting the World's Fair in Chicago. Just a great book. Read this one if you haven't. If you're like kind of weary about nonfiction, this is a really good one to start to go, because it does feel like fiction. Number 39, The Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. This is the third book in the Vampire Chronicles. It is just epic. Vampires fighting the first vampire, Akasha. If you watched Interview with the Vampire, the TV show, this is the next book they are getting into for the next season. I'm looking forward to it. It's my favorite Anne Rice book. Amazing writing, really good. Number 38, Power of the Dog by Don Winslow. This is an epic historical fiction about drug cartels in Colombia and how they relate to USA. Just you're watching a guy that is a low man on the totem pole rise to power, and it is epic and awesome, very gritty. This is the first book in the Power of the Dog trilogy. It is amazing. Don Winslow is my favorite crime writer. Number 37, James by Percival Everett. James is a reimagining, retelling of Huck Finn from the perspective of James, or Jim, the slave. It is an amazing book that shows the power and perseverance of Jim and what he is really thinking about during the events of Huck Finn. It goes its own way at the end, and it is amazing and a really great book. Very easy to read. I recommend James. Number 36, Misery by Stephen King. This is a locked door horror. Basically, you're in one room almost the whole time, and it is amazing. Paul Sheldon is a writer. His biggest fan is a very crazed woman, and she is not happy with what he did in his last book, and she is going to make him rewrite it, or else. Crazy. Stephen King, one of his best, and very personal to him and some of his crazed fans. So Misery, awesome book. Number 35, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. This is a mystery that gets spun on its head. You are a character that gets to go into different brains in this mystery, and you get to go into 8 characters, and you're trying to solve the death of Evelyn Hardcastle. It's kind of like a murder mystery, but you're actually inside of people's heads, and you get to control their actions, and so it's really cool mystery. 34, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This book is awesome and amazing. It will make you think about everything. I don't want to give anything really away in this book, but it's an awesome science fiction that will make you think really long into the night after you've finished it. Number 33, Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane. Dennis Lehane is my second favorite crime writer to Don Winslow. And Shutter Island, though, is an incredible book. I read it like super early, way before they were even discussing a movie, and I was telling everybody about this book. The twist ending on this book is incredible, and I had to like share it with everybody. Just a great novel about an insane asylum on an island, and it is really good. Number 32. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is a book about video games, but it's a book about life and what people put into video games and how they mirror their lives and their choices. And it's just a great book, great character study, really awesome book. Number 31, Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is my favorite R.F. Kuang book. It deals with an Asian writer dying, and her friend, is white, stealing the novel, and she writes the rest of the novel and fixes stuff, and it's really about appropriation and who gets to write what story. Really good, R.F. Kuang. Number 30, Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman. This book is incredible, very creepy vibes. If you guys want a horror that has a really low body count, this is the horror for you. Incidents Around the House is about to blow up because it is going to be a movie called Other Mommy with Jessica Chastain that comes out in October, and it's going to be awesome and blow up, and it's super creepy vibes. Check out the trailer if you can. Read the book before the movie. Really good. Number 29, Watership Down by Richard Adams. About rabbits, but so much more. It's about God. It's about war. It's about death. It's about survival. It's so much all about rabbits, and it just blows your mind that he was able to create this whole world and whole religion of rabbits. Number 28, To Green Angel Tower by Tad Williams. This is one of my favorite fantasies. This is the third book in a trilogy. The other books in the trilogy are slow burn fantasy, but this book takes it to that epic fantasy level. It's all about war and taking this castle, and it is amazing and great writing by Tad Williams, my favorite. Number 27, Nosferatu by Joe Hill. It looks like a license plate the way it is spelled out. This is an awesome, epic horror story. It's a portal horror story. It deals a little bit with Christmas, and definitely his take on the vampire. Just a really great book. Read that book. Number 26, We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. This is my favorite Shirley Jackson novel. I do prefer it over The Haunting of Hill House, even though it's a great book. This book is just creepy vibes and a killer ending. The ending has a great twist. It's about a house, but a house that you know, and a house that you still talk about in your neighborhood, and it's just still relevant today. And I feel like that's the genius of what Shirley Jackson created. Number 25, Recursion by Blake Crouch. This is my favorite Blake Crouch book. There's too much going on to describe it, really. Even if you read the back of the book, that's like the first 30% of the book. It's just an amazing story that warps your mind. That's what Blake Crouch does the best. He makes your mind think about these crazy possibilities, and it is an awesome sci-fi that will just blow your mind. Number 24, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Obviously, this book just became a movie. An awesome sci-fi that's very epic about life and taking chances and companionship, trusting your instincts and language and science, and it's just a great book. If you haven't read it, read it. Number 23, Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. This is a book that really got me into reading sci-fi. It was definitely one of the first ones that I can remember. Just an amazing book, life choices, an awesome twist ending. One of my favorites. It's kind of middle grade, kind of YA, but it has some deeper questions. 22, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is an awesome historical fiction that looks at old-time Hollywood. It looks at relationships. It's just a great book. It's kind of a love story. Have rated most of her books 5 stars. Taylor Jenkins Reid is great, and she just gets characters very well. She adds humor to it. She adds the historical element very well. Great writer. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is an old classic 1930s book that is still awesome and amazing. Her character work in this is so good, and the mystery is so good. The ending will kind of shake you. It still has that great twist. Agatha Christie's And Then There Are None, just an amazing book. The Pearl by John Steinbeck is a very tiny book that's like 120 pages, maybe less than that. A very short novel, but it is about life choices. It is like kind of financial greed over your family. Number 19, A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. An amazing story about a crotchety old man that is shown a new life through his neighbors, and it's just an amazing book. It made me cry a lot. It's sad, but it's also heartwarming at the same time, and it just, at the end, you will definitely tear up. Number 18, Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. It is amazing. It blew me away. I remember when I was reading this book and I got to the ending and I was on a plane and I just sat there for like 15 minutes and soaked in what this ending is. This is an epic fantasy this is an awesome epic sci-fi that adds Greek mythology elements to the story. My favorite book of the Red Rising series. Read that book if you haven't, but the ending will floor you. Number 17, Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. This is a crazy sci-fi / World War II / real life, present day. It's just an amazing story that jumbles time. There's aliens in this book. There's a bombing of World War II. It's just crazy that this book works, and it is excellent and amazing, and so it goes. Number 16, The Watchmen by Alan Moore. This is a graphic novel that is incredible. The movie is visually stunning, but it's nothing like the graphic novel and what it represents. This is about a world at war, and there is only one way to stop it, and it takes a hero / villain to accomplish that, and it is just a great book that thinks about morality and what we have to do to stop war and the questioning of that and how many you have to sacrifice to stop war. Number 15, The Wolf's Hour by Robert McCammon. This is my favorite werewolf story. A story that combines a werewolf origin with World War II. Basically, it is a werewolf against Nazis during World War II. It's a book that sounds like a B movie, but it's incredible what Robert McCammon does. This book is kind of like a werewolf James Bond during World War II, and it is just incredible. Number 14, The Stand by Stephen King. Amazing book. What can I say about The Stand that has not been said? Dystopian, about a virus. I read this again. I reread it right after COVID, and it definitely puts in perspective. If you haven't reread that since that happened, it will enlighten you to the world and what we fear. And just a great book about good and evil. Number 13, The Thief of Always by Clive Barker. This is Clive Barker doing middle grade, and he does it so well. It's his awesome writing and awesome prose in a middle grade style. It is about a boy that goes into a fantasy world where every day that he is there, he gets a full year of stuff. He gets Halloween every day, Thanksgiving every day, and Christmas every day. But what he's not thinking about is every day that he is there, that is really a year in real life. And so it's about time and the horror of time slipping away. And it is just a great, great, great book. Number 12, Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut. This is a Kurt Vonnegut that sometimes slips through the cracks, but it is my favorite. It is him taking the God perspective and flipping it on its head. Basically, you get shown this world that you're looking at our earth through God, but really you're looking at through the God of creation, the God of storytelling, Kurt Vonnegut, and he ends up coming down in this story as the God of story, and it's just incredible, and it blows your mind, that fourth wall breaking. This is a story that a lot of people need to read. Check it out, Breakfast of Champions. Number 11, The Cartel by Don Winslow. This book is the sequel to Power of the Dog, which I already talked about. It is an amazing book. You're in Colombia, you're in Mexico, you're in the U.S., and you are fighting drugs. It's about a DEA agent trying to take on a new cartel member. He is outmatched, and it is just an incredible book. It looks at politics. It looks at journalism and how dangerous it is for them in Mexico to report on drugs of any kind. It's just a great, great book that really makes you think about how drugs affect their world and how drugs affect our world. Number 10, All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. This is a character study mystery. It's not a thriller. It takes its time, but it's epic. It covers like 30 years. It is an amazing book about how one decision changes a life, and it changes more than one life. And it's just a great, great book. Number 9, A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. This book is incredible. It looks at a Russian oligarch and how he is imprisoned during the communist regime, but he lives in this prison cell in a hotel. He can have free reign over the hotel, but he's still imprisoned. And it's about how he experiences a full life while he's in prison. And it's just an incredible story. It has a great ending that you will like kind of cheer for this guy. Yeah, it's just amazing. Number 8, The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This is a great book about the Great Depression. Definitely, if you know Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, think about this as Grapes of Wrath, but with a single mother. That is about hope and surviving in that tough world of the Great Depression. Thinking that you're going to solve your problems by moving to a different place, and that those problems just magnify, and it's about survival, and it's an incredible story. Number 7, Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This is a middle grade novel, but it is freaking incredible. This novel is about gun violence. A younger brother hears the word that his older brother has been shot, and he is going to seek revenge. He is on an elevator down, and he experiences ghost. So it's kind of like Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, but if it was about gun violence. An incredible novel. Everybody must read. This is not just a middle grade novel. This is a freaking novel. It's great. Number 6, Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. This book is so great. This book is a coming of age where there's a little bit of horror, there's a little bit of mysticism. Really at its heart, it's about growing up and the magic that you have as a child, the stuff that you believe as a child, and it's just great, and it takes it to adulthood, and if you still have a little bit of that magic left, and it is an incredible book that's coming of age. Number 5, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This book is an incredible book. It's a gothic romance / mystery. It has one of the best mystery twists that I've read that still sticks with me to this day. Really one of the best first lines in a novel. Number 4, The Shining by Stephen King. This is my favorite horror novel. If you have seen the movie, you have not read the book. That takes the fear of alcoholism and losing control and adds ghost in there, and it is amazing. Number 3, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This is an incredible book that is about book burning. It is about a future society where books are banned and books are burned. The firemen no longer fight fires, they start fires. They are the ones that burn the books. This is our protagonist, Guy Montag, who is a fireman, but he wants to read. He's questioning society, and it's just an awesome book. It's relevant in these times about banning books, and this is a book about a lot of banned books, and it's just an incredible story about the power of story and the power of books. Number 2, The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles. This book is incredible. It analyzes the hero's journey and what they must do, but it analyzes a lot of characters' history journey, and basically everybody can be a hero, but you could turn at the same time and be a villain. And it just looks at the hard, long road of being a hero. It definitely looks at, the Odyssey just came out, it definitely looks at Ulysses and his journey. And is he a hero? Is he not? That's what this book is all about. It's going to be made into a movie. I'm super excited. This is definitely my favorite Amor Towles novel. My number 1 favorite book is Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. You are with a character that lives life after life, but every time they start at birth. It's a book that will make you think about your choices. When you have intuition, it'll make you think about, like, why did I choose that choice over another one? A woman grows up between World War I and into World War II. She lives and she dies, and she keeps repeating the same life over and over, but she learns from it. She learns from it in that intuition of, like, oh wait, I feel like I've done the wrong choice here. And it's just about living the best life. So it's kind of like Groundhog's Day, but instead of one day, you're living an entire life, and you can only kind of remember fragments of it. And it's just a cool concept about life. There is a sequel called God in the Ruins, which I have not read, but I've heard that's incredible as well. Just a book that makes you think, and that's all I want to do is think when I read. And after I finish a book, I'm still thinking about it. That is a good book in my mind, and that's what this book does. So guys, I'm Ryan from Reading with My Eyes. Thank you guys for watching all this. If you guys could like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it.